Hey guys, this is Patrick from hdRGB. This is a quick video showing off one of my PVMs I have. I recently took a few photos of this and posted it on our Instagram, and people have been asking me sort of what it is, what kind of model, so I was hoping I can answer a few of those questions. But before I start, if this is your first time checking out my channel, basically what we do is retro console mods, and I show a lot of videos of games from my collection on original hardware, typically in the best footage I can get, which is an RGB. So yeah, if you like it, please subscribe below. That'd be really cool. You guys can check out sort of what we do in the future and maybe just watch some cool video games. So yeah, please, that'd be awesome, and I appreciate all of you and everybody watching it. So yeah, without further ado, here it is. So this is basically a small 9-inch professional video monitor. It's an LCD, not a CRT. And PVMs, I feel, are typically associated with CRTs, which are amazing, really great monitors, such as this guy right here. So I've shown this in a few of my videos. Great monitor. This is a smaller, I believe it's a 14-inch, and still, even with that, it's still hella heavy. So basically, yeah, like with these guys, it's really heavy to get a CRT. Freight is expensive if you buy one. Space is an issue. I got a pretty large desk here, so I'm able to kind of situate it. But yeah, it becomes a problem for many. So sometimes you want to do RGB gaming. Maybe you don't want to do it on a modern TV, which I do recommend, and I can get into that in another video. I can explain how I get that done. But yeah, this is the one that's been questioned. So if you were to look at my Instagram right now, I have a photo or a few photos of this. And yeah, I just people have been asking, so let's kind of show off what it is. So for those who don't know, the reason you get this over like a consumer grade TV or a consumer grade monitor is because it has old BNC connections that go past, your standard composite and S video. And in this case, this little fucker here does RGB, and that is dope. So if we look around the back here, if I can just stand up, here we go. So we have the standard composite connection. It's okay. It's all right. S video, better for some consoles like the 3DO or the Neo Geo that have S video right out the back. It might be a pretty decent option. But here at hdRGB, we never want to use composite. So what you do is you get BNC adapters, these guys here. This is a little BNC plug, so it plugs in, you pop it on, and then you can put your composite connection on there. And since we're not using that, we just go up for a straight cable. So for those who know what this is, I mean, you know what I'm going to get into here, but here we go. Red, green, blue, sync. So you plug these guys into the connection. It goes into a scart, BNC scart adapter, and then you can hook up all your retro consoles, the ones that support RGB, or if you wanted to get it modded through us, you can get all your consoles working in the highest quality. So right now I have my Sega Saturn hooked up. Oh, and you know what? Since this is sort of what people have been asking, there's the model, the AC-LMD9. This is the little guy. So there's pros and cons to having this monitor, and when I turn it on, you'll kind of see what I mean. But the good thing is, it's actually still pretty heavy, but it's light enough, and it's manageable. I mean, I got it here with the Pokemon. It doesn't take up any space at all. And I always actually get asked, like, do I game on this? And the short answer is no, not really. I typically use it to test games. Like, when I modify consoles, when we modify them, we need a quick way to test it. So this is a good way, or through some of the other CRTs I have, it's the quickest, most effective way of being able to test whether the RGB works. But I actually have it set up here because I do some gaming on it. I just sit in my computer chair, I turn around, and I sort of enjoy it. So here we go. We can turn it on. And there you go, powers up. It's already on, but actually I'll show it again. So we just go over to the Sega Saturn. It's already hooked up with the SCART cable. So we power that sucker on. We go over to the monitor, and here we go. So right at the bottom, it'll tell you an RGB, and it would have just told you the resolution there. There we go, 480. Now the cool thing about the LCDs over the CRTs is you can play with the lights on, because the screen is super bright, super nice. I mean, it may not show, I'm recording with a phone camera here and then also, you know, filtering through YouTube and all, but you can really zoom into this, and I mean, totally glorious. Now the one thing I'll say about this is I feel like this monitor has issues with syncing. As you can sort of see right there, the image sometimes cuts in and out. And I'm wondering if that's simply just because it's a newer technology that doesn't know how to interpret the signal well. This monitor, for example, when I looked at the manual, it actually does take a variety of inputs from 240, 480p, 720p, and even 1080p. Even on the small one, it's amazing. So the resolution looks really good, and you can sit kind of close to it and see a lot of the image. But it does cut in and out once in a while, and I'm wondering if that has to do with a type of sync, right? SCART cables come with all sorts of different sync. You can get composite sync on Luma, you know, so on. But I really don't know too much about this monitor to say which one would be best. So some consoles, for example, I hook up my old NES and it won't broadcast at all, and some of them just work better than others. The Saturn here, I would say, is stable. Like, I can play through games with little hiccups in the screen. But hey, if you guys know and you can help me, post below sort of what I need to do to synchronize the image better. Maybe it's just a different SCART cable I could use, or maybe there's a technique to it or something in the settings. But I'm sure there's experts out there on these monitors that know way more than I do. So if you do, please like, comment, give me a subscribe, and hit me up, and I'll chat with you there, because it would help me out, and I'd have a better answer for people in the future. So anyhow, if you have any more questions about this, let me know. Otherwise, yeah, thanks for checking it out. I appreciate all of you. See ya.